welcome to the Advantage Live show, my friend.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's awesome. This is pretty cool. Thank you, too, for hosting this show, and I think that it's going to be a really cool thing for our company and hopefully a help to our agents and even other agents out there who might want to tune in, and even to the population in general. I'm excited about it. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah, we're pretty pumped. I mean, it's a great way. I mean, living in the 2020, going through all this, I think people have become a little more understanding about how video works and what's going on. And so, of course, we wanted to be able to provide some kind of value back to our agents as well as other agents and the consumer. And I'm kind of excited about being able to do something like this. It's fun. It's a learning experience for sure, but it's going to be great.
Yeah, it was interesting to see how many of our agents were really not comfortable doing it at first, but now they're using it all the time.
Yeah, it's very cool. Love it. I think this is an awesome thing to do.
Larry likes your shirt, Steve.
Right.
I think we all need one of those.
I bleed gold.
That's right. That's great. Hey, let's just start off real quick, Steve. Give us just a quick synopsis of your journey into real estate, just kind of how the company got started and where we are now.
Yeah, wow. So just maybe a short bio. Lifelong resident of Laurel County. Went to college in Williamsburg at Cumberland College, and graduated with a political science and history degree, and also went through the ROTC program there. So right after college, I went into the active duty Army. And just before I went into active duty Army, married my wife, Lisa. And so we spent 6 years together in the Army, and it was a great time. Spent 3 of those years in Germany. That was awesome. If anybody's been there, Stuttgart is where we were stationed, and it was very awesome. And I like to say we had just gotten married, sent to Germany. So I like to say that we had a 3-year honeymoon in Europe, courtesy of the military. So that was pretty cool.
Not many people get to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, it was a neat experience. If you've not been to Europe, you need to, when all this mess clears up, do that. That should be a bucket list. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, got back, got out of the military in January of '92. My father had his real estate license since the early 70s, and I like to say he was flipping before it was called flipping. And so he bought and sold property. He was basically a one-man show. He had gotten his broker license. So a few events happened, too long to tell now, but I decided, hey, I'll get my real estate license, see what I can do with it. And we sold as an independent firm, Robinson Realty, for about 5 years, from 1992 to 1997. During that 5-year period, learning the business, trying to decide if that was what I wanted to do or not do. Ultimately decided, hey, I think I can make a go of this, but if I do, I think we need to be a franchise. I think it's a franchise nation. Anywhere you find yourself, there's a franchise, whether it's a food chain, whether it's a hotel chain, gas station, and people have a comfort level with franchises. So they may not know Steve, but they know Century 21, of course. So trying to make this part quick is I researched every existing franchise that there was known at the time. A few new ones since then, but most of the big ones were around then. And to me, Century 21 was the cream of the crop. And as it worked out, there was an availability, and I bought the franchise and started building it, and went from a one agent situation to where we are now. So, and I give the credit to the franchise and to Century 21, plus a little hard work applied. But so as the story goes, 97 started Century 21 Advantage Realty, and moved to Somerset, I think along about I believe 2006, Richmond in 2010, opened in Danville in 12, Morehead in 15, I believe it was, and we have just opened this year in Lexington with a startup there. So that's pretty much the journey. I'm still in the military, And I switched from active duty, obviously, to the National Guard. Got 34 years of service with the military, 34 years of marriage to my wife. We've got a son and a daughter, a couple cats, a couple dogs, and just living the dream. And to have the greatest group of agents that I know of anywhere. And I couldn't be prouder to serve as the broker of this great company.
Yeah, that's well said, Steve. And what a journey it's been. I have to say, I'm honored to be a part of this now. It's definitely an honor to serve this company and serve you and be a part of it. I will say we've got an amazing group. Can't say enough. I wake up every day and look forward to my job.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Yeah, it's an honor. Good story. Thank you, Steve. Let's go and roll into some questions here. We're going to start with just a simple little icebreaker question. So this one out here is just for fun, but what app on your phone could you not go without? We all are tied to our phones. It's become the norm. So what app could you just, if you deleted it, you'd be in trouble?
Yeah, it's hard to pick just one, I'll bet.
Yeah. One particular comes to my mind, business, and I've got a few come to my mind for more fun, if you will, professional development and fun. But doesn't the answer have to be Zoom? Couldn't spell Zoom.
At this point, you're probably exactly right.
I mean, how that has transformed life in general.
I think we would have gone insane without it. It's the only way we were able to see each other and talk to each other, you know.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Absolutely true. So I would say my one word answer, one app, it'd have to be Zoom. I got a few others I could throw out there for fun if we've got the time.
What are your second and third place ones?
Well, fun is, and I don't know if that might sound weird, but my podcast app.
Yeah.
Typically, and of course this year has messed that up, but typically I find myself driving to one of 6 places every day in a typical week, pre-COVID and hopefully soon post-COVID world. And between telephone calls, I'm always listening to a podcast, and any subject that you might be interested in, fun, work, professional development, growth, political, religious, it is there on a podcast, and I love listening to those. So that'd probably be my number 2 go-to. For fun, I don't know if you know, I love music. I like Shazam. I don't know if you all have heard of that.
Yeah, love Shazam.
I love that, hearing, hey, I know that song, but when was that written, or what are the lyrics, or what's the title, the artist, and all that. That's pretty fun. I keep that handy. And last one I would say is the sky view. I don't know if any of you all are into star watching, but my wife actually read an article to me yesterday that we're getting ready to see, I think December 21st, I believe it is, the Bethlehem star phenomenon. Are going to be so closely aligned, it looks like one large star. So that's pretty cool. Not too long ago, a few months ago, you could see all of the planets with the naked eye. And that Star View app, you should download it. It illuminates the sky. You put your phone up to the sky, and it shows you what star systems you're looking at. So that's a fun one.
That is a fun one.
Yeah, so I like that too. So.
I was telling Adam, I think mine would be Dot Loop, because oh my goodness, it's probably been the one we use the most.
Yeah, that's excellent. That has to be on top for our agents for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Keith had just said showing time. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yes.
Well, and our MLS apps have been so convenient on our phone, where we can send sellers disclosures to people and not have to print them and physically hand them anything, just to be able to send that right there.
Yeah, I can't beat it.
Yes, technology has been interesting. I'm in my mid-50s, 54 years old, and seeing some of these technologies and trying to figure them out and embrace them compared to some young folks that it's intuitive, it seems, to them. But I just smile myself, and many of you out there listening can probably identify. It's like initial thought is reject every new technology. I'm not doing it. Too old to learn it.
I don't understand it.
And
Whole
once
new learning curve and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
it's like transformative to our life in a positive way. So yeah, those are some great throwouts there, folks.
There you go. Tracy, Amazon.
Yes. Boy,
Oh my goodness, yeah.
landscape.
And me and the Amazon guy are buddies now. The dog doesn't even bark at him anymore.
That is right. That's
That's awesome. That's so true. All right, that was fun. Let's go into the next one here, guys. Jayne, you got that one?
Yeah. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
That's a good one.
I got the hard question to give you.
Yeah, I could come up with a good list for y'all, but we all the most. I'd say the most frustrating thing that I deal with personally, just give you a little bit of transparency behind the Iron Curtain, is I am a warrior. I don't know, do we have other warriors out there? Is my wife will tell you, is that is my one thing. I'm not negative. I am not a pessimist, but I am quick. I worry, and I battle
For your health.
that demon. Yes. It's tough on probably this white hair that you see. But if I could remove that, I would take that away from myself. But it's part of who I am. But I do battle that.
Yeah, agents tell me a lot. There's this fear of what you say to somebody, saying just the initial meeting with people.
Yeah, it's good. I've done this before, and it's sad. But if you walk through a cemetery, you ever think like, how many of those people didn't accomplish what they could have accomplished because of fear and even worry, and you just kind of walk that cemetery and just think that, man, there's a lot of opportunity we are all living right now, and in spite of 2020, we are all alive and are able to do a lot of things right now, and I think we don't want to take that for granted. And I'm guilty of all of those things. First to admit, absolutely true.
Yeah, me too. And the frustration of not being able to do what you normally do is difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I agrees. Yeah, I'd say there are a lot of us out there that are.
Yeah.
It's a battle.
It is right here.
It is. So, Steve, here's the next one for you. When you think of success, who comes to mind and why?
I would. What comes to my mind is maybe more of a category rather than a specific person. But I think of success doing what you love to do and getting an income from that. To me, and I do love what I do, even though I have worry with it, and it has been very good to me. But I would think success to me would mean being able to make a living out of something that you love to do. You think of artisans who are, being paid for their crafts, carpenters who are skilled and getting paid for that. Sales folks who love interacting with people and have found a way to, hey, my one strongest suit is communication, and I'm able to translate that through sales into an income. I think that is a good place to be in life. And we all know probably of people who are, I think of the maybe the mule on the wheel grinding the grain.
Yes.
That's all they've got to look forward to, and just the demeanor of those people. And we probably all know those, some of those folks, that life is a drudgery. You hate every moment of everything that you're doing and can't wait for it to end. To me, that is sad. So let's find what you love to do and figure out a way to get it done.
Love that. It's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, Steve, what do you think your unique skill is that's helped you become so successful?
I would
think it's that you care so much. You were talking about worrying. I think you worry because you care so much.
Yeah.
I would say, I will have to say, I am not knocking myself here at all. I'm not trying to, have fake humility or whatever, but honestly, and I've seen this demonstrated. I've had other folks from other industries that come into our company and have honestly validated this, but I hope that I am, and I hope everyone listening can see is, I think being kind to people, honestly, being nice, simply being nice to people, and showing that you value them and that you appreciate them. And if you're an agent on our show listening today, if you have not felt that from me, I'm sorry, because it is my mission to make sure you do know that you are appreciated. And the fact that you're part of this company, I appreciate that sincerely. And my striving, or my motivating reason for being is to gratify, empower, to lift up, to be kind, to be nice. And I've had many people from different industries, again, that have come in and just talking about, my goodness, if my so-and-so boss, superior, whatever, would just say thank you once in a while. To me, it's so foreign, I can't imagine not being appreciative. But I would say that's probably a defining skill, personality trait, or whatever. A couple of other things come to my mind is, I tend to be calm and not overreactive. I have the ability to be people's, maybe a little bit of whipping post, but to allow people to empty their feelings out.
You're the rock. Yeah, think of it as the rock rather than the post.
Yes. So I don't get angry quickly. I'm very slow to get upset or angry. And obviously, in our line of work, is honestly, you deal with people who are upset and angry all the time. They're dealing with the biggest purchase or sale of the biggest item that they will ever deal with. The emotions run high. And I do think my calm demeanor, which is just, it's not something I created, just it's who I am, maybe has helped me navigate and build what we have built to this point.
That's well said. I would agree. I think who you are, your character, your nature, that ability has actually absolutely helped for sure.
Yeah.
You're approachable.
Yeah, try to be.
So, Steve, what advice would you give someone that is wanting to pursue a career in real estate?
I would say is you need to think in terms of long-term. Military would say strategic versus tactical. Real estate is a long-term proposition. And we all know of people who dip their toe in it, experiment with it, come and go, but those who are truly successful in it, you can see, even if they have early success, the truly successful folks, you can see that they've been in it 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years. It is a strategic process. You have to have a lot of stick-to-itiveness. There's lots of ups and downs and challenges, and it's a roller coaster ride. Maybe emotionally, financially, it strains your senses in a way. So you have to have a long-term career mindset. One thing that I would add, maybe a little bit selfishly here, is the most important thing an agent can do is select the right real estate company. Once you have found your right real estate company, is stay.
Yeah.
That's easy to say from my standpoint, and might be fall on skeptical ears, but I'm sincere. And that is the best thing that you can do is find where you belong and stay there. And like a marriage, there's going to be good times and there's going to be bad times, but you need to remove. I had some conversations recently about this, and I agree. Remove divorce from the table.
Yes.
Agree, hey, I've chosen the very best company. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to sink my roots. And I say this to our folks all the time. You look at long-term successful agents, you know where they have been, where they sell real estate from. They've been there forever.
Yeah.
That's identity. And I would challenge you all, that needs to happen in your walk. Choose your company. Hope it's Century 21, but you need to sink roots and you need to stay there.
Yeah, I never understood how an agent could go out in the public and say, whatever company I'm with, they're the best, we're great, we're fabulous. And then 2 weeks later say, well, I switched to this one because I didn't prefer that one, you know. And I think it's difficult for your clients to keep up with you if you're, you know, bouncing around.
It is. And making rash decisions in business is never a good thing anyway. It's you really need to think about every angle there. If you're at a brand and you're getting the support and the value you want, you're going to have rocks and some hills to get over together. But if you're getting that support, to think that the grass is greener on the other side is a risk, because you're branding yourself. And so if the system's working and there's a lot of value there, you're actually risking more by jumping ship like that. But then if you're not getting those things, like if you're currently not receiving those benefits, then the longer you stay at those type of locations and you're not seeing the value back, then that's the risk. You have to reassess that part of your business as well. So if you're getting those benefits and you're getting that support and you're getting that help, and it's providing value back to you to help grow your real estate business, then you're where you need to be. If you're not getting those things, then that's the time to either have communication with the people you work for, or that's the time to start talking to other people, right? I mean, that's kind of what's going on here. You're going for value. It's not about the splits and commissions. That's based on sales. But what you need to focus on is what brings the sales. Like, how much help can you get? How much support can you get to bring the sales?
Yeah, and like Steve was saying, with Steve and his success, you know, it stems from him being happy and enjoying what he's doing. And so I think if you stay in one place, you kind of know what to expect if things are going well, you know, if you're, you know, able to do that. So Steve, can you think of any common myths about being a real estate agent and maybe ways you can debunk some of those myths?
Yeah, that's and thank you, Emily, for that comment. Probably tying into our last bullet there, I guess the chief thing comes to my mind as far as myths of the business is that it's easy, that it's a way to get rich quick. We have had a few agents find success early, but the most typical agent will find that it takes a little while from entry into the business until executing an income, and it takes work. It is not easy. It is it's a job. You have to work at it to succeed at it, and so that's probably common myths. I guess honestly, being transparent. So Adam, you mentioned commissions and jumping from one to the other, and of course we're arguing, and I think correctly so. Find a good place, stick there, and you will make more money regardless of what that commission number is. I believe that with everything in me.
Well, we've seen it.
Yeah,
many times.
You folks, several of you all probably know, and we've talked about this before. James will tell you the same thing. Find a place where you like to be, and you will make the most money there. Believe it. That being said, we have, in my opinion, a very lucrative commission opportunity, but it really frustrates me what the in vogue phrase or terminologies or company models is the 100% model. I won't get a whole lot into that, but I would challenge any of you all, if you get tempted, call me, call Adam. There is no such thing, and it really just makes me so aggravated that they try to dangle that you can earn everything that you. Now we are all smart enough to know how business works. Business has to maintain profitability to stay in business. So I'll leave it there, but that's one of my aggravations, and I think that would fall under the myth category. There's a whole lot more to the story there. So
Mhm.
it is true, you can make a really good, lucrative even income through real estate, but you're going to do it through hard work and application of skill sets through a franchise, typically, to hit the most. That's what the statistics say. You want to be part of a franchise, large growing company.
Yeah.
What the statistics say about making the most money as an agent in this industry. So, we hope to mirror that and embody that.
That brings up a myth that, some agents think if they're with a large company, they're competing with all the agents that are in their company and that somehow they'll make less. But that's kind of really a myth too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Statistically.
Yeah. Those stats say just the opposite, honestly. They say that you need to be in a large growing company and you'll make more.
Yeah, each individual agent makes more the bigger their company is, right? Isn't that what the stats are?
Absolutely. That's exactly what they reflect. I mean, you're competing against most realtors anyway.
Yeah,
You're better off to have them in
it.
your office and having that conversation, that dialogue right then and there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, finding
Deb Rocky had something to say.
Hey, thank you, Rocky.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
So we're going to wrap this up, this segment at least, with one more question, Steve. And I called this our signature question because I think answering this question is kind of significant because we all are faced with multiple decisions in our life, right? And sometimes there's certain decisions that lead us down roads that we might not have wanted to do, and there's ones that we make that lead us down a road we absolutely want to be on. So this question is in regards to that. What is the one decision that you put on that put you on the course to where you are now?
Yeah, that's a good one. Lots of things come to my mind. Probably the single biggest would be my decision to exit the military. I was at 6 years active duty, and you all probably know you can do 20 years as an active duty military and retire. And I was one enlistment period away from being over, halfway over that 20 years. And I made the decision to get off of active duty. And that, I would have to say that decision directly led to me getting into the real estate business. I would have to say, I would think through that process of what comes to my mind, honestly, is just many of the decisions I've made, places I've gone, things I've done, and, just those that are in my life that help direct my path. And, I have to shout out to my wife, Lisa, for helping, empower me, embolden me, and help me make decisions. I've already revealed to you that I am a warrior, which if you are that can become, if you don't overcome it, trap you in a place of fear that you don't do anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would have to probably, and I'm just saying, I could say that where I am now too is because of my fantastic wife, Lisa, who has helped me, through all of these decisions and throughout all of these things that we've done and the growth that we've seen, and, urging me to, hey, you can do it.
That's right.
Do it. You can do this. So, maybe I would tie that military into probably going back even further, is decision to marry the lady I decided to marry is probably one of the biggest reasons we are where we are right now. So
yeah, she's the rock behind the rock, right? She's the mountain behind the rock. So
yes,
she's great.
Yes.
Absolutely. Jayne, transparency is pretty tough, and you all have opened up the steady face there. Behind the curtain. Don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah, it can be hard sometimes. But you know what? Again, going back, if this year has taught us anything, is that relationships are so crucial. And the way we can build relationship is through being more transparent in the lives that we have and the decisions that we've made and so forth. So, Steve, thank you so much, man. That was really good.
Let me just say, and I'll let you all finish the show up, but to those who have tuned in, thank you. To Adam and Jayne, thank you for doing this show. I think it's going to be really awesome for our company, and I hope for the consumer in general. But I just want to leave a message to our agents who might be watching now or who may watch later is, I do want you to know I love and appreciate you sincerely. I do not take you for granted. You are an important, integral part of who I am, what this company is, and I value you and I appreciate you. And it truly is my privilege to work with you as your broker, to be there for you when you have questions. I hope, my goal is, if you haven't, my hope is that you already have seen that the words that I've just said are true through my actions, through my interaction with you, because it's sincere. You all are my family. You're my work family, but you are my family. I'm interested in you. I'm interested in what you do. I'm interested that you succeed to the level you want to succeed in our company, in our business. And I want you to know I want you here. To those who might be listening that aren't part of our company, you're welcome to come here and be here and be part of this as well. Because I want to tell you, at least, we're talking about transparency. You won't be loved and appreciated more than I am. And as I'm not out listing and selling actively, my job is to support agents, try to grow this company, to answer agent questions, and to be there for you. I just wanted to take a moment just to let you know my heart, what I feel about you, what I think about you, what I think about this company. And I am so thankful for each and every one of you. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Steve, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing from the heart and giving us some background on who you are and what you've done with this company. We do appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for all that you do. And like I said earlier, it is an honor.
Thank you all.